Something is happening. At this rate of the evidence piling and the showing that we have a book from God. Tubu ilallah, repent. Alhamdulillah, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah. Like I said, I'm giving this khutbah on behalf of Ihsan. She mentioned some idea today. She said, if you're driving and the traffic light is turning from green to yellow to red, and you're driving very fast and you're contemplating, shall I cross or stop? And then very quickly you notice a police car standing there at the intersection. What will you do? You're going to stop. That's finished the contemplation. It's done. You're going to stop. So Ihsan made an invention, a terrible invention. It's a terrible invention. She invented a machine that will electronically ticket you, whether the police is there or not. If you cross at the wrong time, there's an electronic machine there that will give you a ticket. Now what will you do? You will stop. You see? And the people who believe in God know that God is with them, closer to them than their jugular vein, and therefore they know that every time they make a mistake, there's an electronic machine that will give them a ticket. Now, are the people, do they believe in the police, or do they believe in God? They believe that God is with them, and they will know that anytime they make a mistake, they'll get a ticket, and there will be the time to pay those tickets. Okay, that's another idea. The other thing that I want to mention, Ahmed, you want to man the camera? Oops, let's put them there. We're going to edit this khutbah for you, so if you want a copy of it, we'll give you a copy. There is a verse in Surah 68 that says, on the day of judgment, every human being will be invited, because it's a privilege, will be invited to fall prostrate before God when He comes to this world. But the people who did not make sujood here, in this world, will not be able to make sujood over there. And the Quran says they were invited to make sujood when they were able to. So this adds to the importance of the salat. For if you make sujood here, you'll be able to make sujood there. Finally, there's a psalm that I'd like to read for you. I had the khutbah marking it. Psalm 62. It says, trust in God alone. Only in God is my soul at rest. From Him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation, my stronghold. I shall not be disturbed at all. How long will you set upon a man with all together, and all together beat him down, as though he were a sagging fence, a battered wall? That's if you put your trust in men, in humans, instead of God. Though he were a sagging fence and a battered wall. Truly from my place on high, they plan to dislodge me. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouths, but inwardly they curse. Only in God be at rest my soul. For from Him comes my hope. He only is my rock and my salvation, my stronghold. I shall not be disturbed. With God is my safety and my glory. He is the rock of my strength. My refuge is in God. Trust in Him at all times, O my people. Pour out your hearts before Him. God is our refuge. أقم الصلاة. I know. Make it short and fast.
By Dan Newburn.
Allah.
Yeah, good looking guy, kind of tallish.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
لا إله إلا الله. الحمد لله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. I have been talking to you about the overwhelming, the blessed explosion in the miracle of the Quran in the last few weeks. And Gatut was supposed to give the khutbah today, but because of the unusual circumstances, this blessed explosion, I again asked him to let me give the khutbah today. So you have to put up with me one more time. But when I go back to the basics, as you know, the miracle of the Quran is based, the foundation is in the first verse. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And these are exactly 19 letters. Now, we came to know that the meaning of the number 19 is that God is one. Because in the old time when the Quran was revealed, there were no numbers. They used the alphabet as numbers. And this, for example, served as the letter Waw and also as the number 6. This was the letter Alif and the number 1 at the same time. This was the letter Ha and the number 8. Every alphabet served doubled as a number and an alphabet. The letter D also served as 4. So when you add 4 and 8 is 12, 13 and 19. The total is 19. So the reason the number 19 is the common denominator is that it means that God is one. This is the basic message of the Quran. Do not worship except Allah. So sometimes I'm surprised at how much some of us here do not know these basic pieces of information. So now with this very quick review, the blessed explosion this time has to do with the 5 pillars of Islam. I'm gonna deal with the number 1, which is worshiping God alone. Okay, what we just found, I think you probably knew, most of you knew, that the word wahid in the Quran is found 25 times. But 6 of those have nothing to do with God. They have to do with the children of Israel saying we cannot tolerate one kind of food. لن نصبر على طعام واحد. And Joseph's brother telling his children, do not enter from one door, لا تدخلوا من باب واحد, and so on. 6 of them have nothing to do with Allah. 19 say that God is one. 19 of them. So this keeps with the code. But what is new now is that you take the numbers of the surahs and the numbers of the verses where the word wahid occurs, and the total 1, worship God alone. The total is 1425, which is 19 times 75. So multiply with 19. Now, it is not enough to know that God is one, that Allah wahid. You must worship God alone. And this is something new, the word wahdahu. God alone. This word is mentioned in the Quran 6 times. 5 times it has to do with